But Derby County boys, the Four Manx One Toffee podcast can all be centred around Wayne Rooney if we wanted it to. Arguably, best player for both clubs ever, as far as I'm concerned. Fucking legend of the game. Like, I still think we got rid of him too early. I'm glad he went on and still had success back at Everton and then in the MLS.
Definitely. If he left any club too early, mate, it was Everton, all right.
Yeah, but I'm glad he left you too early because he came to us. But no, isn't it good to see one of our childhood heroes move into management?
Yeah, it'd be good if he could go on to do something. I think we all probably have doubts about how good a manager he's actually going to be. I'm assuming he's got all his management badges.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Position. When did he study those?
Well, see, I don't think he must do because he got put in the job because Cocu got sacked. So unless he's got his badges as soon as he went to Derby, in preparation for Cocu to be sacked. But I don't know. I think there's no one ever going to question his footballing brain. No. The guy was different breed on the pitch. He saw the game so differently than everyone else.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think if you cannot get motivated by, I'll even throw this out here, England's best ever player. If you're in that Derby County dressing room and you've got Wayne Rooney speaking to you, first of all, you'd be like, can you slow down? I can't understand you. Secondly, like, you're going to get motivated. You're going to get G'd up by England's all-time top goal scorer, United's all-time top goal scorer.
Yeah, like, it's still the confidence. You must be thinking to yourself, fuck me, if he's picked me to play, then he must believe in me somewhere.
You got to be in awe of that, haven't you? Because all of the players in that team have grown up watching him.
Yeah.
They've grown up watching him. They've grown up seeing him score those wonder goals.
They've grown up playing him on FIFA. Like, that's the area they were all putting him on FIFA.
They've all bought him on FIFA. They've all had him on Football Manager. There's no way that they've avoided him all those years.
But I kind of think that he must be looking at Frank Lampard and Steven Gerrard's ascent to management. So starting in the Championship with the team, and well, it was basically the Championship in Scotland. Which, by the way, I was listening to the radio today and I heard someone come on and say that they reckon a good replacement should Celtic sack Neil Lennon would be Big Sam. And I was thinking to myself, what, right? At Celtic, probably, yeah. Probably would.
Lee, I could go up and manage Celtic.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that seeing Gerrard, I mean, he's 13 points clear of Celtic at the moment. They're going to win the league this year. Frank did an all right job with Derby. He obviously lost the playoff final, but got his move to Chelsea. John Terry, even with being assistant at Villa, he'll go on to be a manager somewhere, I reckon, as well. So it's weird. It is weird to see like that generation of England stars almost like going into management now, and it's weird seeing them on the touchline. Like, I can still only imagine them as a player. So in my head, they all will, in my head, seem to be a shit manager because I can only still imagine them being a player. But one of them's got to do well, haven't they, I guess? And there aren't many ex-pros that became managers, or there weren't ex-pros that became managers, are they? So they've got to come from somewhere within the game. I think, is it Maurizio Sarri is one of the only managers that wasn't an ex-pro. So
it's one of the major ones that you think of, isn't it?
What's the story with Nagelsmann? Because he
was a pro, but he got an injury. I think long-term injury.
He got injured very early. I always, there tends to be a correlation, doesn't there, between how good you were as a player and then how good you are as a manager. Like, the better you were as a player, the worse you seem to be as a manager.
Yeah.
Which is why Paul Scholes is awful and Gerrard and Lampard are doing well. But there tends to be, on a serious level, there tends to be like I can't think of anyone who's ever bucked the trend of being like a top class player and then they've gone on to be like a top class manager as well. Like Guardiola was all right.
He's a decent player, yeah.
All right as a player, wasn't it? But as a manager, he's fucking unreal. Klopp, decent player, great manager. Fergie back in the day, used to bang goals in Scottish League. Wasn't the greatest player in the world. Then gets into management. He's fucking unreal.
That's it. All these managers you said there were just decent. There's no former Ballon d'Or winners that have got to successful management. We're not talking Francesco Baresi being one of the best managers we've seen, arguably one of the best defenders we've ever seen. It's a strange one, isn't it? I wonder if the hunger goes potentially. Yeah. Well, Zidane's a very interesting one, isn't it? Because he inherited one of the best squads of a generation. I always use this argument, and I use it to annoyingly back up Steven Gerrard. You can only beat what's in front of you, and you can only use what you've got. You know, it's an elite mentality to go and win the Champions League 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like, it must be the mentality that Gerrard is instilling as his players in Rangers right now, where they've lost the last 9 league titles and now the 13 points clear. Like, he's clearly done something. He's clearly done something right. And we'll never, ever see what Gerrard can do as a manager until he moves to England.
Well, he's doing it in Europe as well, though. That's what I would back it up with.
You can back him because of what they do in Europe. It'd be interesting to see what level of club he comes to when he does eventually come to England. Because I think the jump to Liverpool was probably too much straight away.
Yeah, I agree with that.